Thomas Miller, we're the Green Children, we're at Popularity.
Do you see making music as magical?
Absolutely. It's magic to be able to sing and get a melody coming out of my body is quite amazing, and being able to write and express ourselves and our feelings, when you're feeling down or happy or whatever emotion that you can express, it's actually quite healing when you write your own stuff, so that's magical for us.
Yeah, I agree. I know every part of it. I think when we make our best music, it's definitely when we're not using our brains or minds too much, and it just kind of channels through us. So I think it's definitely a blessing to have some talent for it, and especially with our type of music and the music we like to make, magic's a big part of it.
What would you say are the key challenges that you face during your creative process?
Not to really be able to, get out what you have envisioned in your head or the sound going on in your mind and the feelings that you really want to express. Sometimes, it's hard to get that exactly how you want it to, but when it does, it's an unbelievable feeling.
Do you find that when you perform songs that they're evolving or changing with each time you play them? Do songs grow?
Yeah, absolutely. For every time we perform them live, we figure out better ways of performing the song. Maybe changing a few little elements or making a nice outro or intro, and it all depends on the gig, what kind of instrumentation we have. But yeah, a song definitely can vary quite a bit, when we're playing live.
Can you talk a bit about the things that you feel you have learned about yourself, musically and personally, throughout the creation of the album?
Well, I think it has been quite a journey for us, this album, and a little bit of a roller coaster too. It took quite a while because we were on a major label in the US, and we didn't really like the experience too much. It didn't really work out for us. We felt creatively quite caged, and so the challenge, there was definitely some challenges there in really finding exactly the sound we wanted and exactly what we wanted to do. So I think it was challenging, but then once we started making it and really being true to who we were, it went quite easily. And the collection of the songs on the record, I think, represent the journey we've had since we started making the CD, and some of the different issues and things we've been through are definitely in the lyrics.
Did any of the songs surprise you by taking a different direction than you initially thought that they would?
I think, maybe some of the songs at the moment turned out a little bit different, either worse or better than what you had expected. That always happens, when you're trying to make a song where you're trying to express your vision into a production. It doesn't always turn exactly how you kind of had envisioned it to be. But I think the record and all the songs, they are pretty close to what we had imagined and envisioned, and the sound.
Yeah, we were quite picky. There was quite a lot of songs that didn't make the record. Probably we will come back to at a further date, and then there was a few songs on the record where we maybe wrote multiple choruses or something, like 3 or 4, and really trying to search for the best possible version. But yeah, as Miller says, we were quite choosy really with this record because we wanted to love every song, and at least from our point of view, we feel we've succeeded there.
But what we've kind of found is the best songs and the songs that usually turn out the best are the ones that really come quickly and natural and just, you just challenge through you, and you just sit there and you're you'll write a song, you know, in half an hour, and those are usually the songs that are favorites. You know, they just come straight from the heart. You know, once you start using your mind a little too much, that's kind of when things can go a bit wrong. So we've kind of learned to just let the music challenge, and we do a lot of recording where we'd be in the studio and basically just, you know, put the track on, and then I'll stand there, you know, and just, you know, sing whatever kind of comes to me, like, naturally. And we've some of the songs have actually been made very natural like that, where it just gets channeled.
Can you describe your attraction to music?
Well, I mean, since I was a kid, I've been very, I've reacted very much to music, and then particularly probably voices, singers and choirs, just because, you know, I'm a singer myself, so I always reacted to that. And I think music many times have saved me, you know, like particularly in the teenage years, you know, where you've been, you know, disappointed or heartbroken or not gotten on with your family, and you know, you kind of find your songs that heal you in that moment. So music's definitely been incredibly important in my life, and probably Marla's as well.
Yeah, it's kind of the same for me from a young age. I feel like, or at least the music that we're most fond of, it tends to be music which shows some of the best sides of humans and really, like, you know, speaks directly to the audience and has some deeper kind of emotion in it. And I think music can definitely say things that words alone can't always do.
At this point, what are your hopes for your music?
Well, we are definitely big dreamers and have a very big imagination, so we're always thinking of all the different things we can do with our music and our ideas. And I mean, the biggest hope really, like any musician, is to try and get our music out to people who it will really speak to, and to as many people as we can. And above and beyond that, you know, we want to kind of continue telling stories through our music, and maybe also we're very creative on the writing side of things, and have a lot of filmic ideas, so we just have to see what happens, but we definitely have big dreams, and we want to reach out to as many people as possible who are maybe looking for something a bit different.
Okay, and last question for you. Do you have any final thoughts or anything you'd like to say to the readers of Popularity?
Well, I would definitely remind everyone to keep the child alive in them, because you know, we live in quite a tough, harsh world, and with the media and the internet, you know, I think you lose your innocence and your childlike wonder very quickly. And I think, you know, no matter, you know, which number you have attached to you, you know, we're all children, and I think it's really important to remember that, and not judge yourself or others by a number, but really keep that childlike wonder alive. So I would, yeah. I mean, we've kind of tried to keep that sacred with us. I mean, we are naturally very kind of childlike and childish, but of course, when you go into the music industry and you see a lot and you meet a lot of shady people, it's you know, it's hard to keep that childlike way about you. You start becoming quite hard and cynical. So yeah.